Hi, this is Jonathan Munoz, and today I'm going to start again with some videos, hopefully for the next weeks, about going about the questions that we should ask during the interview. Some of them are very old questions, but let's try to see if there is something that we can tweak around them. So the first one is the common question of where does the residents live during their time at this program? And why is this important? Think about it. Nowadays, it's more and more expensive to live in an urban area, an area that's close to the hospitals, an area that is desirable. For example, most of IMGs come to New York, to the Bronx, and living in New York can be particularly expensive. So many won't be able to afford an area surrounding the hospital. But the good thing is that many hospitals have housing for the residents that work at that program. So asking where will the residents live, where does the residents live, how far do you know they live when they are in this program, is a good question. Why? Because you could add, and you should add when you ask this question, that you're interested on living close to the hospital because you're an early riser and like to be at the hospital early, and not to have to commute for too long to get to work. Also, it's important because your salary as an internal medicine, family practice, pediatrics resident is not too much. It's really not enough for you to afford living expenses, eating, and transportation altogether. These days, it was good before, but nowadays it doesn't go a long ways. So if you, I believe, if you tweak it this way, and you honestly make me believe that this question comes from your concern that you want to be early. What I'm hearing on this question is that you want to be at work early and you want to be available, and that is very interesting in a good way for programs, because if you think about that, there are only 6 or 7 residents per year, depending on the program size. If one of them is sick and needs coverage for that night, for that shift, for something, and all of the residents live far away, no one is going to come to cover that shift. But if one of them lives very close and could come and help, isn't that a plus? I will see it as a plus, especially on a busy program, or especially if it's a program that gets super busy in certain times of the year. So the way you ask this question, the way that you make sure that you add your concern, that you want to be available, you want to be ready to come to work as soon as you wake up, um, it makes it appealing to hire you for this position. So think about it. That would be my way to tweak this question, or to think around it. Now that there's an inflation going on and there is recession, um, money becomes very important for residents and choosing where to live in most of the United States.